cheater, and he cheats her quite badly. He cheats on her, he doesn't, she can't rely on him. So in that respect, no, I don't think they should be together. Hi, I'm Jess Fox, and I play Nancy Osborne on Hollyoaks. Would you believe it? It's actually my 20th year on the show, which is not bad considering I was only supposed to do 3 episodes. And today we're gonna look back at some of my oldest, best, most memorable scenes, and I'm gonna have some reactions to it. So let's get into it.
Just like when you were living at home, the daily sound of breaking glass.
Nancy! Hi! That's baby Nancy.
Wow, what can I say?
What?
Well, last time I went home you were off at school. What a change. What's with the new image?
What do you expect? The old mini Becca?
Oh, I like it, but...
What does Dad think?
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing my head in at the moment. Mum too.
I've got a funny story about this scene.
wrong, is there?
In that I'm completely speechless watching this. This is madness.
Yes, I am. I need a break, that's all.
I was 22, 23 here, 22.
You got engaged? Who to?
And they literally put that pink in my hair at 7 o'clock in the morning.
told Mum and Dad?
That day. I didn't know that was going to happen.
The time's right. In the meantime, please promise to keep your mouth shut.
She's not that different, to be honest.
I have to show you round. I've spoken to some of the local teenagers.
You've got me some ready-made friends. No!
Nicole lives in the village and she's nice.
I don't need you making friends for me. I've got millions of friends at home.
Butterfly necklace is so
Where am I sleeping?
2000s, it's crazy. It'll probably be back in fashion next year.
Father.
Engaged to be married and sharing with a man. Ooh.
All right, shut up.
Wow, that is really crazy. So when how I joined the show is kind of mad, quite honestly. I came up for an audition and I read in this room, in fact, that we're filming in now, like half a line. And they said, okay, we'll stop you there. And I was like, are you crazy? I've just travelled all the way from London to Liverpool to read like 3 words. And 10 minutes later, I was being checked into the Abbey Hotel and told that I would be starting the next day. I didn't know who I played. I didn't know any scripts. I didn't know anything about it. And I didn't know who I played till I went on set to do a line run for that scene, because that's when I got my first script. And I learned that scene on the go, and we shot it there and then. And that's how I started on the show, and that was my baptism of fire. It was crazy. I mean, there's less pink in her hair than there was back then. I mean, every few months they'd be like, we're going to be blue, and then you're going to be green, and then you're going to have yellow hair. So in that respect, she's definitely different. And I mean, she used to wear a lot of T-shirts, like all at once, like layered on. I'd go to costume, I'd be like, which one do you want me to wear? And they'd be like, all of them. So I'm glad that doesn't happen anymore, because I was hot. She's still sassy. Like, I watched that clip there and I just suddenly thought that essence of her is still there. That sort of sarky, spunky kind of character is still there. And that's actually really nice to see, because in so many ways I think she's changed and become responsible and sometimes a bit boring. That element of fun and naughtiness is still there from her very first episode, and that's actually really nice to see. Nancy's tattoo. Oh, this is gorgeous, Kira. She's one of the most beautiful women I've ever met in my life, and she was so kind to me when I first started.
This even before we came here.
You don't even hear how busy the traffic is, because we were on location, which is very exciting.
That was ages ago. We were supposed to be making a stand. What about the sisterhood? Sarah's...
I feel like apart from, what's Darren like in real life, the next question I always get, he was gorgeous as well.
So when can we finish this up?
Oh, I'd leave it a couple of days.
Gonna look brilliant.
Here's my business card. Let me know when you're ready.
Nancy's first proper boyfriend, and he made her take LSD.
Hey, what have you done to your shoulder?
Okay, don't panic, but... Is that real?
It's the most unrealistic tattoo in the world.
Don't be ridiculous. She's scarred herself.
It's a tattoo, it's not a big deal.
You're never going to get rid of that. You're going to have that horrid thing for the rest of your life.
She won't.
Everyone's got them.
And what, so you have to follow along like some sort of sheep?
You're not my mother.
You change your hair every other week because you get bored of it. How long before you get you're an idiot.
Becca!
Don't call me an idiot.
She's an intelligent girl, or she's supposed to be. And what is Mum going to say when she sees that?
What's Mum going to say?
Becca's pregnant there with baby Charlie, and look how old he is now, which really makes me feel old.
Booking your marriage for schoolboy.
But you're not getting it finished. You're supposed to be 18 to get a tattoo.
And teachers don't go to bed with their pupils.
That tattoo, it's said, like, people are obsessed with where that tattoo went. Like, it's one of the biggest questions I get all the time. Where's Nancy's tattoo? What happened to Nancy's tattoo? Fun fact, back then, putting on tattoos was a really long-winded process, and it never, because of where it went, it never looked the same twice. So that was a pain. And also, I got really allergic to it. And so we had to phase it out, which happened with Nancy wearing cardigans for about 2 years. And then we hoped that you'd all forget about it, and you didn't. But yeah, that's where Nancy's tattoo went. It got lasered off very well, and it turns out you can get rid of a huge tribal tattoo if you really want to, and you have the magic of telly.
She'll be here. You look great. Relax.
Nancy and Darren's first one. Oh, look at Alex, she's so tiddly. I still think he's that young.
You know, it said she can hang on another 10 minutes, but...
And Andy Moss.
I'll make a bigger fool of myself, eh? That's possible.
Hey, hope I'm not late.
What do you want?
Oh, you know me. Just couldn't resist. Hey, Sen, isn't it gorgeous?
My lovely Brona. She's still one of my best friends. I was maid of honour at her wedding. Still, she's close. She's one of my favourite people. Is Nancy down to appear?
That's it, I'm out of here.
What?
Look, can you just tell everyone, please?
Can't believe how young Ash is. She's mad.
Just say she's left me. No, we're finished.
She's here. Nancy's here.
Aww. Long sleeve top to cover up the tattoo. Look at baby Charlie. I can't bear.
Would it be wrong to say you're only in my mind? Am I just dreaming here tonight of a better life? These last months had me feeling like I have not felt in a long time. It must be something.
This box that they made me stand on was so they could get the two shot with us both being the same height, because obviously Ash is tall and I am of smaller stature.
If you'd only treat me right, the days are numbered and time does it so deep.
I love this dress, I thought it was so pretty.
Many hearts, too many strings.
Oh, Dancy. Again, Nancy and Darren were supposed to have one night, and that was it. So we were only supposed to be together for one night for like a comedy story where they hated each other and then they got drunk and ended up in bed together, and then that was supposed to be it. And the writers loved it so much and the audience loved it so much that it kept going. I think we've been together now, on and off, obviously, for like 14 years, something like that. Is that too long? I don't know. It's a long time. It's definitely over a decade. And I think for soaps, that's like crazy long. Like we should get some sort of prize. They just found that this sort of slightly chalk and cheese relationship just worked really well, and I absolutely love working with Ash. We buzz off each other. We had very different ways of working when we first started working together. So he likes to plan. So he would come in with notes and he'd have thought of jokes and what he wanted to do, and he'd do his homework. And I never worked like that. I was always much more instinctive and would play with him. So he would throw the ball, I would throw it back, and he used to be like, well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And I'd go, well, I don't know, what are you gonna do? And it would drive him mad. And then we started figuring out how best to do that, and it's something we've done ever since. So he'll throw something in, I'll throw something in, and we still, however many years it is later, we still throw this ball backwards and forwards, which means When we're on set together, it's an absolute buzz and I love it. We've had 3 weddings, 1 vow renewal, 3 dresses, 1 jumpsuit. They've all been different. That one, I think, was my favourite because it was the first time I'd ever been married as well. So it was the first time I'd ever put a wedding dress on. And it turns out when you film in a wedding dress, people are really nice to you. I don't know why, but they just are. People give you seats everywhere. I was a bit poorly when we were filming this. I'd fractured my ribs. So it was a bit of a blur and it was really cold. It was freezing in the folly, but I still think it looks gorgeous and it's really lovely to see all those old faces from years ago, so that's lovely. Our second one was kind of marred by the whole John Paul revelation stuff, but I remember I had a very cool, like, sort of netted piece over my eyes, and I liked that. It's all about the outfits, really. And the third one, I had a wicked jumpsuit and my hair was bright red at the time and I got to punch Darren at the end. And I remember thinking that was really fun and I felt very dramatic in the moment. And the fourth one, I was heavily, heavily pregnant in real life and pretty miserable, to be honest, because I was so pregnant. But we had Chesney Hawkes there and that was awesome. So they've all had something about them, really. But if you had to ask me, probably the first one, because that one was filled with so much hope, whereas now they're filled with a little bit more cynicism. Describe Dancy in 3 words. Hypocritical. Fun. Trouble. This is hands down one of my favourite days at work ever.
Really, really soon.
Although this was the first time I'd ever driven children in a car and I was pretty terrified when they strapped that baby into the car seat and were like, off you go. And I was like, oh, I'm responsible for a whole baby. Charlie was just telling me not jokes. And we didn't know this was how this story was going to end when we started filming it. But because it got so popular and big, they were like, you've got to end it on a crescendo. So they gave us a bigger budget and we got to do this stunt, which was really cool because we didn't know this was going to happen. I did all this drive. That was me. That was me. That's me. I got to do some handbrake turns. It was great. I wouldn't drive that now, but as a child, with a car. Obviously, the baby wasn't in the car for a lot of this. Charlie, whoa! That still looks pretty good. Like, this is old, and that still holds up. I'd also been on holiday because I've got a brown nose. Oh, Charlie Bear. Okay, I'm gonna guess how.
Nancy, what's happening?
We filmed all this stuff where the car is doing this on top of a load of containers by the docks. We had the car up there and then they could, like, special effects were moving it. Obviously the kids weren't in it, it was just me at this point. And I had to, like, climb through the windscreen to get into the car and then, like, unkit my harness and stuff like that. I felt like such a badass.
You have to be a really big boy for me, okay?
Joe!
Now, very carefully, I need you to undo Oscar's belt and get him out of the chair, okay?
Charlie.
Everything's gonna be absolutely fine, okay? Big boy, okay?
Oh, that poor kid. It was also boiling when we were filming this. I'm always about temperatures, really. Just remember how hot and cold I was.
Come to Mummy, sweetheart. Come to Mummy. Oh, Nancy, are we gonna die?
Everything's gonna be fine.
Notice she didn't say no.
We're gonna play a game. And on the count of 3, we're gonna run as fast as we can, okay? Okay. I love you, Charlie.
I love you
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Okay, ready? Ready? 1. 2.
It's making me nervous, quite honestly. I haven't watched this in years. And then, yeah, when I'm up here, this has all been CGI'd. I was on top of these containers being obviously harnessed on, and I was crazy high up. It was really, really fun. I love anything like that.
Darren!
I'll deal with this. Sorry, come here, mate, come here. It's okay. It's okay, it's gonna be alright, mate. Nancy, why are you doing this?
I'm sorry, Darren, I swear to you, what they're saying, it's not true.
I think they forget that Nancy got committed sometimes. Like, she's now a headmistress, so she got committed. It's after this. Evil Sienna!
No!
Nancy!
No, I don't want that bitch anywhere near my son!
Just come away from the edge!
No, I don't want her anywhere near my family!
Nancy!
Yeah, hands down, one of my favourite days at work ever. That was brilliant. I love doing stunts. So fun. When we started this storyline, no one really knew where it was going to go. And obviously it was the beginning of Sienna, who's gone on to be such a big character for Hollyoaks. And I still think this is one of the worst things she ever did, was drugging Nancy and stealing her children, essentially. And yet the audience just went wild for it. It was a really popular story. And because of that, we got to do the stunt because they knew that the audience needed that payoff of it being more dramatic. And yeah, anything stunt-wise, I'm always up for. Like, if you want me to run somewhere, dig through something, have something dropped on me, crash into a car, roll over something, yes, I'm here for it. I want to do it, and I want to do it myself, please, even though I'll probably hurt myself afterwards. Yeah, I'm a sucker for anything like that, and that was so fun. I was so excited to do all the driving. Like, we weren't sure how much of it I was going to do, and our stuntman, Andy, was so lovely, and he taught me a lot about handbrake turns and stuff like that. And we had an empty car park, and me and the director, who was in the back seat, and the camera operator was in the car as well, basically just ragged the car around the car park for about 45 minutes. And it was quite near the end of the day, and you could hear the first going, "Where are you? What floor are you on?" And the director's going, "Just keep acting, just keep acting." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And it was a really fun day. It was just ace. How dare he?
Sienna, Blake.
Gosh, I don't recognise Ash there. It's mad.
Will you marry me?
No.
Yes. Nancy, what are you doing?
Do you know, I thought I knew what you were capable of, just how low you could go, but...
This isn't the time, okay?
Isn't it?
First time I cut my hair short. Oh, it's Tom! I've been locked in a bunker. I think the first of the bunkers.
No! You are not going anywhere! See, I thought I knew what you were capable of. That you wanted to steal my life and take my kids, but I never thought you'd do something like this!
No. Whatever he said, he's not telling the truth.
You're a liar!
Nancy, get off her!
I love fighting with Anna, it was so fun.
She's not pregnant. She never was.
Ask me questions about that. Nancy versus Sienna, one of my favourite times. Me and Anna have been brilliant friends for far too long now, and we bounced off each other doing this storyline, and that sort of getting that comeuppance is such a fun thing to film. And again, the audience was so behind it. They wanted Nancy to be vindicated, and they wanted Darren to find out in the village to go, she's a witch. And that's sort of what that scene was about. And Hollyoaks love like a public humiliation, And that was the ultimate, was, you know, ripping her dress and then pulling off her fake baby bun. And I was all in black and she's all in sort of light colours. Like, it's all deliberate, it's all thought about, which you don't really realise when you're watching it, but it's all there to sort of tell you what's going to happen, like foreshadow a little bit. And that dress had to be like made specifically so that it could pop off and then go back on and pop off, so, you know, for Tates and stuff. It was very satisfying. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. We did quite a few fights. There was one she threw me in a Christmas tree. Literally. And we just, yeah, it was just really fun time. I still don't know how Nancy, like, forgives her. Like, at one point they were friends for a little while. Like, I couldn't bear grudges. I'm like a elephant, I never forget. Nancy and Sienna, the ultimate showdown. Anna and I just always got on really well. We're quite similar in a lot of ways. She's always very prepared. She's always thought about it. She's a great person to have on set. She's just a good human, essentially. She's a lot of fun. Yeah, we just always enjoyed it. And I miss working with her a lot, to be honest, because it's just easy, that sort of shorthand you get when you work with people a lot. And I always think that Sienna and Nancy just kind of buzz off each other. They just sort of butt heads, but then kind of, in some ways, quite similar.
My best friend.
Nancy.
I'm gonna need that key back. Because you don't live here anymore. This isn't your house.
I think you're racing ahead.
Well, this is what happens, Darren. This is how things work. You know, when you leant in and kissed Mandy, when you ran your fingers through her hair, when you climbed into her bed. That is when you lost me. Us. Family.
The Osbournes really need to redecorate. We have had this wallpaper for a really long time watching this.
It can't be over.
How did you think this was going to end?
I don't know. I thought maybe I could just block it out and pretend it never happened.
Oh, well, isn't that just wonderful? I mean, how did it feel the first time that you told Mandy that you loved her?
You know, bells ringing. I always felt this was like the ultimate betrayal for Nancy and Darren, was the Mandy affair. Like, this was the worst one.
None of this matters.
That is why you backed away from me in bed, isn't it? I mean, it has to be. It's because you felt guilty. I mean, every time that you touched me or kissed me, it did feel like you were cheating on her.
No, Nancy.
Because this isn't just a one-night stand, is it? It's not just a night of uncontrollable passion. This is months and months of calculated and prolonged betrayal. And lie upon lie, and secret phone calls, and secret hookups, and secret bank accounts!
She likes to throw things, Nancy. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
Going through your stuff. How can you do this to me? How can you be so deceitful?
Because I wanted out!
He's a bad man. Like, he's a bad man. Like, watching this, I'm going to go on to set and be like, actually, you're a bad man. Like, I'm going to take this with me. Yeah. Nancy deserves better.
Love.
Start a petition.
That's the reality. You know, all the nagging and the arguing and the constant criticism. Yeah, I was miserable for months. It's the stress and the tension all the time.
Oh, well, then you must be so relieved. Because it's finally over. Because there is no coming back from this. There always is.
We have to. We made a commitment to Brooke.
You serious?
All that girl's ever wanted is a father figure, and that is me. Do you really want to take that away from her?
I have made the commitment to Brooke. I am going to honour every one of the promises that I made to social services, the promises that I made to her, not you, because you are the one that has broken this family apart.
It's not broken, all right? Nancy, it's not broken. Look, I love you. I need you.
Oh, no. Good baby Oscar. Noah.
What are you doing up?
Why are you crying, Daddy?
Daddy,
It's a really unflattering angle for
been
me.
watching a sad movie, that's all.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Come on. I am going to read you a bedtime story. Come on.
That is the ultimate betrayal, that one for me, Mandy and Darren, because it was so calculated and it did go on for so long, and he like snuck around and they kind of revelled in it, and I thought that was really crappy. It was also, because I'm going to talk about temperature, unbelievably hot when we filmed this. It was so hot. It was so hot. We were trying to, some of these scenes were so long and it was such an intense, like I think it was 4 days that we shot all this stuff, because I remember I had a jacket as well on, and we had a wonderful director called Matt Hilton who I loved, and we had so much fun, but it was so hot and we were getting sweat running down our faces to the point that, and obviously we were crying, we didn't know what was sweat and what was tears, apart from when they hit your mouth and you were like, that's salty, that's a tear, that's like, and it was so mad because we were having to like stay still, and makeup were running in and like dabbing it off, and then they'd run away again, and then we'd pick up the scene. Like, it was mad, it was that hot. We've got some aircon now, thank God. But yeah, it was intense, it was really good. I would leave work having sobbed all day in the best mood. It was something very cathartic about like playing that intense emotion. But it's mad to watch it back, and I'm really proud of those scenes actually. I think Ash and I did a good job. I think what I really like about all of the Osbournes, and Nancy and Darren in particular, is we get to do both. And I don't think there's that many characters across soaps that get the mix that we get. So we get given comedy, we get given the lighter moments, we get given silly stuff, and then we also get that. We also get the really hard, dramatic scenes, but they're always, and I think that's the other thing that's interesting about Nancy and Darren, is they're always rooted in reality. We're not gangsters, we're not superheroes, we're not the villains. Things that they go through tend to be the things that real people experience, and so obviously they're heightened because it's television, but it's rooted in truth, which is what I think makes them popular, is because they're relatable, is people can see something of themselves in them, which I don't think always happens with other characters, because they are blowing things up or smuggling drugs or, you know, whatever, and they tend to be arguing about the day-to-day stuff. And I know that someone will watch that scene and be like, I felt that, I know what that felt like, and it felt awful. It's a really tricky one, because if you ask Jessica, should Nancy and Darren be together, I would tell you no. I think Nancy deserves better. And I always have a little like wince when I see a comment where like someone said like, yeah, but Nancy's nagged Darren, or she criticizes him or whatever. And I think, hang on a minute, you know, the standard that you hold Nancy to is so high compared to the standard that you hold Darren to. And why is that? Check yourself. And I don't think Nancy should be with Darren. She is a career woman. She runs a whole school. She has a family. That house is hers. She juggles all the plates. She does all the work. Darren does the occasional bit of washing, and even then he screws that up. And he cheats her quite badly. He cheats on her. He doesn't, you know, she can't rely on him. So in that respect, no, I don't think they should be together. But in Teleland, they're like magnets, so they just keep drawing back to each other, and then they flip over for a bit when something terrible happens, or one flips over and the other one gets pushed away, and then when they turn back, they just can't help but come back together again. And that's kind of the beauty of Nancy and Darren, is they're that kind of constant. I mean, who knows, next week we could be broken up again, I don't know, but as far as I'm aware right now, they just find each other again. And maybe that is that they're each other's person, their lobster. Maybe Darren's gonna do better, maybe Nancy's gonna do something terrible, I don't know. So for whatever reason, they just can't live without each other.
All right, I'm coming.
I want to talk to you about Frankie.
Oh, yeah, listen, I heard. I mean, I can't believe that kind of thing happens in this village.
I'll save the act. What did you do to her?
I don't know who you think you're talking to.
You know, I know that everyone round here is frightened of you, Grace, but I'm not. And that girl is as fragile and vulnerable as they come. She was sexually abused by her brother.
It's a relatively new scene, which
like you,
I know has gone down super well.
Right.
Because Grace
That's
needed
why you
some hard
befriended
truth.
her and started inviting her to parties, introducing her to men who could supposedly help her ballet career.
Don't you listen, I care about Frankie, all right? I swear. She's like family.
I wish I was taller. They should have got me the box from the wedding to this. So I could be like, just a bit. She's got her hair on a... Tam's got her hair in a bun as well, so I'm screwed. She'd be taller.
Stop. I will shout it from the rooftops. I will rip you to pieces with my bare hands.
I hope she does one day. This scene was never meant to be in the show. This was not in the original script. And I think when they got into the viewing, Nancy never really had a reaction to all this, to the sex trafficking storyline, which was really hard-hitting and horrific. I think it's one of the darkest Hollyoaks has ever done. And she needed it. She needed to have her mama bear moment. And Grace needed to be told. And I love that they used Nancy to do that. You know, a woman going to another woman and saying, you make me sick. What you have done is unforgivable and I will make you pay for it for the rest of your life. And it was a really nice scene to do because I felt powerful. And I don't get to work with Tam that much, and we're very, very good friends in real life, so that was nice. And I know that Tam was like, I'm scared. You were shooting it. And it's nice to see Nancy saying, no, screw you. I'm telling you the truth and I'm not gonna put up with it. Don't buy so many pairs of designer shoes. Just to enjoy it more. I spent a lot of my first years on the show really anxious about how I looked, how I was. Fitting into this show of beautiful people, I found quite a struggle. And little did I know that 20 years later, I would be still here. I would have done so many amazing storylines. I'd have so many beautiful friends. And I'd be the longest running female member of cast. And if you told me that on my day one when I was going, who do I play? I wouldn't have believed you. It's a huge part of my life and I'm really proud of it. Thank you, Hollyoaks. Thank you for watching me react to 20 years of Hollyoaks. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Who do you want to see react next? You can put your suggestions in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to all things Hollyoaks so you can keep up to date. Thank you.